I never went to any place and learnt anything. I never went through any kind of spiritual training in my life. But there is no aspect of spirituality that I'm unaware of today. It's not that I'm carrying it all with me. If I walk on the street, I walk like a child without anything on my head. I'm not burdened with my knowledge. But whatever I need is always there with me. If any kind of situation comes, till now in my life, I have never ever felt a situation where I don't know what to do. I'm talking about the spiritual aspects, not the physical life situations. The spiritual dimensions, never have I faced a situation where I don't know what to do. It doesn't matter what it is. People who have been closely around with me and who have travelled with me to various places and significance, they just can't believe how this can be. If I go to some place, I simply know the whole history of that place, not the physical history of it, the spiritual history of it, which matches with the physical history somewhere. If I go to any place, I just know what this place is about, what it is. So this comes not by study, this comes just becoming receptive to a different possibility. When I say a different possibility, most of the beings who were truly spiritual, they never came out and said anything. They are the smart ones. Because the moment you open your mouth and try to say something about a dimension which is not in your experience, you attract so many problems to yourself, endless amount of problems. You can get crucified because you spoke. Or you can come near crucifixion and you have to manage it tactfully here and there, playing all kinds of tricks, otherwise they will crucify you, one way or the other. Today crucifixion doesn't happen upon the cross, they'll call the tax man or the policeman or this man or that man and try to fix you somehow. So most of them never spoke. This does not mean they did not contribute. Everything that they knew, I usually say they laid their eggs all over the place. They laid their eggs in many ways. All the mystics on this planet, most of them never spoke or taught anything to anybody. But everything that they knew, they invested in a certain way in the world. It's always available. If you ask me, for me, Gautama, the Buddha, is not 2500 years ago. For me, he is right now. He's as alive today as he was then, because he's always accessible. And like this, there are thousands upon thousands of masters. Guru Puja is a kind of a device. If you know how to carry it on, you can invite certain possibilities. We are initiating people into Guru Puja in a certain way. If people know how to do Guru Puja with a certain right kind of attitude, and there is a whole science of managing materials also there, creating a certain situation. You create a certain situation where certain type of energies and certain type of possibilities become close to you. So it is a way of inviting the Guru. The Guru does not mean somebody you know, somebody you do not know, no. Gu means darkness, Ru means dispelling. Anything that dispels your darkness is your Guru. So you're inviting that dimension which can dispel your darkness. That dimension is always alive everywhere in the existence. It is just your ability to become receptive to it. So Guru Puja is a device to make yourself receptive to a possibility where you invite a dimension which dispels your darkness. There is a whole science behind it, this is a simpler way of doing it. There are more elaborate and powerful ways of doing it. This is a very simple way, but many times these Guru Pujas take on a completely different possibility. Something else becomes alive and the situation changes so dramatically simply because of a simple device that they're putting into action. That's why I don't do it.
Namaskaram Sadhguru. It's wonderful to interact with you on Guru Purnima. So many people are interacting with you. So thanks for giving me opportunity to ask you questions. Why don't people share their knowledge with others, just as the way you are sharing with your followers?
This is the age of intellectual property. Somebody even wants to patent yogasanas. You can patent the asana, but still you can't get into it. You may have patented all the difficult asanas, but can you get into it, that's a question. So, we have come to a place in the world where everything is monetized. Everything has a commercial angle to it. So because of that, as people have been miserly with money, now they are miserly with knowledge because, knowledge is money. So they are miserly with that because it's money in some way. So this monetizing of everything can really destroy many things in this world. In this culture, we always fixed it like this: spiritual process, health-related things, and education. These three things should never be commercialized. Everything else can be commercialized. These three things should always be offered. The question is only about the qualification of the recipient. All kinds of people come and say, I want to go, I want to do this, I want to do that. 2 days later, they won't be here. So the question is only about the qualifications of the recipient. If that one thing is ensured, knowledge should be offered irrespective of commercial interests that are involved in it. But today everything is commercialized, and in many ways you can't help it because the whole momentum is in that direction. Virender may be willing to share his knowledge. He may teach 10 different people how to hold the bat, how to hit the ball, how to stand, how to do this, how to do that. But how many will go about scoring double centuries after double centuries? Because to get a qualified recipient is not easy. It's not easy. Knowledge may be there. When it comes to experiential knowing, how many people are willing to receive it? Everybody says, yes, I every day meet people, all the way Sadhguru, I want to go all the way. Tomorrow morning, they're crying because somebody said something, they want to leave. Day after tomorrow morning, their uncle's daughter's birthday, they want to go. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with your uncle's daughter. All I'm saying is, your interests are many. That means you're not going anywhere. You can dabble with many, but there must be one direction to life, otherwise you're not going far. You're going to wander around here. If you want to go penetrate through something and go a distance, you need some one-pointedness. People come here, they say, Sadhguru, you give me any kind of sadhana, I'm willing to die, Sadhguru. Said, don't die, hold it. I'm willing to offer anything, but hold it, we'll see, we'll go step by step. 3 days later they come and say, Sadhguru, Sadhguru, I've found somebody, Sadhguru, I think for lifetimes this person must have been waiting for me. I saw this girl and now there is a spiritual angle to it. It looks like for lifetimes we have known each other. If you have known somebody for lifetimes and you didn't make it, it's best you keep away from them. Because for most people, their direction of life keeps changing every other day. It's hard to offer anything, it's all bits and pieces. Of course, there are also people who think, see, knowledge is not something that you own because knowledge is not about you. Knowledge is about the creation, about the nature of the creation. What is already there is what you have absorbed. You didn't invent it, you didn't come up with it, you only saw it. This is why the language in this country is very clear. When it comes to any kind of spiritual dimension, we are only talking about realization. Realizing means something that was always there, always right here, but you were so stupid you didn't see it, today you saw it. I realized, I did not attain, I did not arise, I did not climb somewhere, I just realized. But the thing was always here. So, what is here all the time as truth cannot belong to somebody. Nobody can stop you from it. But those who have accessed, if they have truly accessed, they will never block you, they will never hold back. Only those who have accumulated from books and stuff, they will hold back because any accumulated stuff is limited and it'll get over. If you give away everything, it'll get over tomorrow morning, you won't know what to do. So you will hold it and be miserly because you have gathered it. What is gathered you can hold back, what you have realized you cannot hold back because it's an endless run. You only constantly wishing there is somebody here who can soak it up as fast as you can give it. That is the problem. The problem is of lack of receptivity, not of holding back, if you really know. But if you have acquired knowledge, you will be miserly because you can only acquire that much, you don't want it to get over. Knowledge is like money again it can get over.